Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back. You know what time it is. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. Members of the CFL, go ahead and line up and take this medicine. So today we're going to be talking about 5 ways that LeBron James disrespects the game of basketball. Now, I know all of you are probably saying uncommon sense. There's way more than 5 ways that LeBron James disrespects the game of basketball. But never fear, because this is probably going to be part 1 of a series of videos. We're going to take another week off from the Fanboy Files. Fanboys have been awful quiet this week. It's been awful. Past couple of weeks, fanboys. You guys okay? Or you all right? Or you just starting to wake up a little bit? But fanboys have been kind of quiet the past couple of weeks, so we're gonna take a break from the Fanboy Files. Now, don't get me wrong. I have enough Fanboy Files that I could probably go up to episode 50, but you know, sometimes it's good to take a break and do something different. So, like I said, 5 ways that LeBron James disrespects the game of basketball. And I think this is important to talk about because of the one statement that LeBron James made that I'm sure we all remember, and I want my respect too. Because LeBron James is always begging for respect. Because you fanboys out there are always defending him and just can't seem to understand why people criticize your king. This is a necessary video. So let's start by saying this. You got to give respect to get respect. But most times, as far as respect, people start off neutral, right? You meet somebody new, you don't know them, they don't know you, so you start off with a baseline of respect, and that, you know, as you get to know them, that person can either increase the respect that you have for them, or they can erode the respect that you have for them, or maybe that respect level stays exactly the same. But this is typically what happens. So when LeBron James came into the NBA, again, if you were like, I think most of the people who've watched this channel have similar stories. And my story is, I was neutral to LeBron James. I was neutral to LeBron James, and I was even hopeful for what I hoped he would become in the NBA. Now, some of my subscribers have actually said they were actual fans of LeBron James. And I feel like you fanboys, this is what you guys really need to take into account before you go down that road of people are just hating on LeBron. Take into account the fact that a lot of people started off as LeBron James fans. A lot of people started off neutral to LeBron James, as I did. So you have to ask yourself, what has LeBron James done in his career to make people start to turn the other direction? Well, today we're going to talk about 5 of those things. And number 1 on the list, I would have to say, was that comment he made. What was it? I'm pretty sure it's after he lost the 2011 finals. Again, you know, the finals where Jason Terry smacked your king in the face, where Jason Terry showed complete and utter disregard for your so-called king. And LeBron James said something to the effect, well, you know, you all just got to go back to your miserable little lives, and I'm still going to be king of the hill with my millions of dollars. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said to the fans. So let's talk about this a little bit. So I understand maybe he was addressing certain fans who were detractors of his, but to that I have to say 2 things. That comes with the territory. That comes with the territory. Is your fans are going to be critical of you when they feel you have not lived up to expectations. And secondly, because you cannot address individual fans, you have to be careful when you are addressing your fan base. So because a few people may have had some critical words for you, you cannot then address your whole fan base with such nonsense. Because your fan base is the reason you have any money in your pocket at all. Your fan base is the reason that you are able to play professional sports and get paid for it. Your fan base is the reason why you are able to get on your own podcast and say, that one right there made me the GOAT. Your fans are the reason for that. So for you to say that is a disrespect to the fans and a disrespect to the game. And the people who came before you, who built the game to the point to where you can be more successful monetarily than previous generations, those people had great respect for the fans. And I'm talking about the stars. I'm talking about your Larry Birds, your Magic Johnsons, your Michael Jordans, your Julius Irvins, your Bill Russells, your Wilt Chamberlains. And back in those days, those guys had a much rougher time because, things like racism were much more prevalent back then. But you still have a certain amount of respect for the game and for the fans who allow you to do what you do. LeBron James, with that statement, he just showed that he is totally oblivious to how the relationship between a basketball star and the fans should go. So that's number one. And these are in no particular order. And again, this is not the end of the list. It's part one. The second reason, despite what LeBron James said in his ESPY speech, where he claims that the day I can't give it all out there on the court is the day I walk away from the game. Man, please. So this is number two. LeBron James does not give his all of the time. LeBron James does not give his all of the time. And I think the biggest thing that stands out is as much as LeBron James is viewed as a quitter by a lot of people for various reasons. I mean, there's so many reasons you could put LeBron James in the quitter category. But as much as he's viewed as a quitter by a lot of people, I think for me, what really just kind of took it to another level for me is seeing that Tyronn Lue interview. And again, I've mentioned this a few times in the last couple of weeks, where he says that in the 2016 finals and they were losing, and he looks down the bench and LeBron James is sitting with his legs crossed, filing his fingernails. Again, I ask you, what kind of superstar in the finals has to be told to play harder? What? I mean, again, you're just telling on yourself at that point. You're just showing that despite how many times you try to convince us that you're just as competitive as a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant, you are not there. You're just not there. And this guy does everything he can to try to convince us that he's just as competitive as these guys. No, you're not. Nobody would ever have to tell a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant or a Larry Bird or a Magic Johnson, hey, it's the finals. If you don't play harder, we're not going to win. I mean, you would figure like that's not rocket science. That should be what your so-called superstar just does. That should just be second nature. Because I thought you wanted to win. But yeah, okay. So Yeah, this is reason number 2. LeBron James does not give it his all the time. Again, this is why I say LeBron James is the most inconsistent superstar that we've ever had. Whether you talk about the fact that he hasn't played over 60 games in the last 5 years, whether you're talking about the fact that he hasn't been on a defensive team since he left Miami, LeBron James is just the most inconsistent superstar that we have ever had in the NBA. Yeah, so that's number 2. Number 3, walking off the court early. Oh, okay, yeah, I know you fanboys. I know you got your wheels turning and you're thinking of all kind of excuses of why this is okay. LeBron James does this way too often for it to be okay. First of all, it's a disrespect to the fans. It's a disrespect to your teammates. It is an example of bad leadership. It's like, I don't care what happened. I don't care if you guys already lost. If your teammates are all still out there, then you should be out there as well. And I can't even figure out why this has to be a discussion. Again, that is disrespecting the game. That is treating the game nonchalantly. Just like it is when he's eating on the bench. That is just having a nonchalant attitude towards the game that you supposedly love. That the game that you're supposedly so competitive at. Number 4, load managing, which we've seen enough of it this season. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not load management. Load managing, he has ankle soreness. Let's not underestimate that ankle soreness, everybody. Heaven forbid you play on a sore ankle. And the reason I say that is because not only does he load manage, but he loads manage a lot of games that I feel like fans are looking forward to, right? A lot of the big games, to me, again, when people keep saying stuff about you, there has to be some truth to it. And for people to keep saying that, like LeBron James is ducking the competition, he's ducking these other superstars, like for fear of whatever, where there's fear he'll get exposed or fear he'll mess up his numbers or, fear he'll be a part of the loss, whatever his excuse is, like him not showing up for these games that are highly anticipated, that the fans want to see, like he did with the Celtics this year. And I feel like it was another couple of games that he did it for this year. It's just ridiculous. And he's made this okay because I feel like there's other superstars doing that as well. So, yeah, load management is another way that LeBron James disrespects the game and disrespects the fans. And last but not least, for this video, fanboys, do you want to take a guess what the last one is? It could have been first. I mean, this last one could very well be the most important one of them all in some ways. But I think we all know what it is. Flopping. The flopping thing is completely inexcusable as a so-called superstar. The flopping thing is cheating the game, and therefore by cheating the game, it is a disrespect to the game of basketball. It is a disrespect to the fans. Yeah. What more can we really say about this? The flopping shows your character on so many levels that you have made a career out of it. It shows your character on so many levels that you are not willing to just become a better basketball player. Like if your skills are so subpar that flopping has to be a part of your arsenal, then that's what are we doing? And the fact that it's been allowed to run rampant for so long in this NBA shows you why the NBA is in the state that it is currently. between LeBron James and Commissioner Voldemort, the NBA has been allowed to take such a decline. And it's really going to be interesting to see if they're going to be, how the NBA is going to look about 5 years from now. Because at this rate, I just really don't see how it's going to be sustainable other than some kind of like WWE type entertainment, some wrestling entertainment. But it would definitely not be for basketball fans who want to see competitors out there. You know, anyway, I could go on. But yeah, 5 ways that LeBron James disrespects the game. And like I said, I think this is important to say because you have to give respect to get respect. And while you fanboys out there crying, talking about why people disrespect your king, while LeBron James is out there crying, talking about he wants his respect too, well, it's important for you to know why you have not gained that respect. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree with the 5 things I listed? Like I said, this is not the end of the list. You know, it'll be a part 2. But, and, you know, definitely add anything that you feel is important in the comments. And again, this is good to see that so many content creators are coming out and expressing their true opinions. So many who I would call fans of when basketball was real basketball coming out. And thank you guys for continuing to support these type of channels, whether you're talking about Angry Old Hoops, Sports and Fitness Rants, Too Raw for Sports, Uncut Hoops, Phenomenal Fitness. You know, thank you guys for supporting these channels, and hopefully you continue to support these channels. And anyway, let me know what you guys think. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.